Okay, so, good morning, and happy Friday, everyone. It is Friday. It is the last Friday in February, which is awesome. You know, the month is most assuredly winding down, and it's, actually, I don't really know what it is, but it's been fun. Anyway, so let's get to my low, my high, my active kindness. I would say that my low would be just the stark contrast we had from Wednesday to yesterday. Like, by all accounts, technically yesterday it was warm. I mean, it was like, I think, last time I checked, I think it was like 39 degrees, which, yeah, it's cold, but, you know, it's not freezing cold. But considering that yesterday was like 45, well, not yesterday, Wednesday was like 45 and sunny, and the next day it's, 6 degrees cooler, but, you know, cloudy and also rainy. Again, I'm kind of splitting hairs here. I've never really let rain legitimately bother me at all, but at the moment I can't really think of anything truly bad that happened, and you know, just because I don't really mind the rain, that doesn't mean other people do. That doesn't mean that other people do. I don't mind the rain, but I'm sure there are other people that do mind the rain. So, for them, I'll say that my low was that it was cold and rainy yesterday. There. That was the proper way to say that. My high would be, you know, I actually had the evening to myself. So, went to Elbow Room for dinner, ran into a buddy of mine. It was a lot of fun, and we talked the entire time. He was actually getting his food to go, and, you know, we just talked, and it was fun. I wasn't expecting to see this guy at all, but, hey, it was a great time. Loads of fun. He just happened to be in that area at that given, because it was like 5:30 on a Thursday evening, and he just happened to be there. The odds of that happening, let's say next week, I really wouldn't say that they're great or anything, but, you know, the fact is I had a great time last night, getting wings from Elbow Room. It was awesome. You know, look, it's Elbow Room. I've said, how many times on camera have I mentioned how great the wings at Elbow Room are? And last night, really not much different. Honestly, there is one thing that is a bit different though. Because I ordered my wings with extra blue cheese, and it used to be like when you got that blue cheese, it was like, it's like one of those little plastic, you know, clear see-through cups or whatever. They used to overflow with the blue cheese. This is really good blue cheese. But now they fill it to, you know, lid level, and they put a lid on top of it or whatever. So they don't really give you as much blue cheese as they used to. Which, again, just do what you can to ration it as you're eating the wings. You know, it's not really that hard. But, come on. Coming from a guy who actually used to hate blue cheese, but now he absolutely loves it, it is kind of funny that I'm saying it. But, again, that's like a nitpick. I'm still getting blue cheese with my wings no matter what. So, yeah. You know, wings at Elbow Room. Of course that's my house. And seeing my buddy. And, speaking of wings, we had a Hot Ones episode yesterday I'll be talking about momentarily. That's another part of my high. My act of kindness was I chauffeured my grandmother yesterday. Yeah, normally it'd be today that she'd get her hair done, but, cause she gets her hair done once a week. But the appointment was scheduled to yesterday, so, I was a chauffeur for that afternoon, I guess. I say chauffeur, it's not like I did anything, you know, truly grandiose or anything. It just, I just took her to the hairdresser and, just drove around, just took her home afterwards. Not hard, but it's, I did it. And it is nice seeing my grandma. I mean, my grandmother's 89 years old, and literally every day I have with her is a gift, for sure. And, sometimes you gotta look for an act of kindness you can get, I mean, it's come to the point where, like, if I know for a fact I can use said act as an act of kindness of whether it's like chauffeuring my grandmother or holding the door for others or taking out the garbage for my parents, or shoveling my parents' driveway, I'll do that. So it's come to the point where I will actively seek out a means to have an act of kindness for the day. I'm saying that's by no means a bad thing, but when I think about it, it's kind of weird. I never would have legit thought of it that way before, I do acts of kindness for the sake of doing acts of kindness, but, I never actually, sought out any, sought to do it. I mean, occasionally I'll get thanked for things I do. Sure, I will. Absolutely, I will. But it's just so weird. Sometimes I legit, look for an act of kindness just to say I did something, which I don't think is a bad thing as long as, again, I'm doing something nice. I don't know, I'm overthinking things. But anyway, yesterday was a great day. You know what? No kidding. I was legit worried this week was going to be, super busy and everything. And, again, as time's gone on, just like I said yesterday, I felt better and better and better. So now I'm ready for the weekend to happen, which we got cabin fever. I'm excited about that, but before we do any of that at all, I have to talk about yesterday's episode of Hot Ones. Okay, so, let's see. So, Hot Ones, okay. So, before I begin, I'd like to say I apologize to Quinta Brunson for getting your first name wrong all those times. My apologies. She had a big night at the Emmys the other evening, so congratulations on that. Anyway, a lot of the questions have to do with her show, Abbott Elementary, which she created and co-wrote. So, literally the first question was the backstory behind the anti-drug rap performed by Zach Fox's character in season 1. And basically it was just the fact that Zach Fox was perfect for the role of, I forget the character's name, but he was perfect for the role that he does. And Sean then asked if Zach does his own thing, or is it what the writers are saying? And it's really the latter. Zach Fox does what his character does because the writers say it. He's just a really great actor. And Zach just execute on what the writers have him do. It's awesome. With shows like Abbott Elementary or The Office, Sean then asked about, fundamentals being essential for having a specific job that can carry a sitcom. And yeah, there are some fundamental essentials, but comedy has to have an engine. A situation must naturally arise in every episode for something to happen. In a way, it's kind of a bad, but in a way, kind of like Seinfeld. Seinfeld doesn't really have a job per se, but something happens and that's the focus of the story. And that's what happens in shows like The Office or, again, Abbott Elementary. It really all depends on, what the job is. Also, Sean then asked her if Quinta Brunson's ever gotten feedback from a teacher. No, but she did get feedback from a mailman saying, "Hey, you need a postman." So yeah, the show's a postman now. It's really cool. They talked about the strength and beauty of having a 30-minute time slot for a sitcom. Because, that's the thing. Having a show that's on 30 minutes, that's, the sweet spot. And I agree. it's not asking you to stay for too long. It doesn't take like that much emotional energy to get invested into the show. I mean, you can, I guess, and some shows in the past have definitely done that. Like Friends for a lot of people, like the show Friends, that show's done that for a lot of people. So it really is interesting to see, like what you can get accomplished in 30 minutes. And it's awesome. They talked about her time being in the Second City Theater and like the importance of like having that stage experience and how like an approach to the arts is humility and having to learn about the arts. Like so many great actors, comedians, writers, like I'm sure their chops were probably good before they started studying the craft. But once they actually did study it, like it expanded so much of what they were capable of doing. Like some of the best actors, like the actors that you see in stuff like the movies you see that are nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars. Chances are those actors and actresses, like they can tell you that they've studied a fair amount of the craft to know what to do in a given situation. And it's led to some of the best work of their careers. Or even for running a sitcom, like again, you definitely need a level of craft study to know how to execute a funny scene or an emotional scene or something really dramatic. Like you need that. You need to know these things. And this is just from my experience of what I've seen over the years. But especially when it comes to comedy, I would say there are 3 INGs to comedy. And knowing is one of them. The other, it's knowing, timing, and believe it or not, suffering. One of these days I'll probably talk more on that, but let's get to the rest of the Hot Ones episode. They talked about her writing an opening monologue for SNL and just how crazy of an experience that is. They talked about how the next generation of great TV showrunners will most likely come from, online sources, particularly TikTok. And here's the thing. I've always wanted to become like it. Sure, yeah, I wouldn't mind acting and, voiceover acting and, being in a sitcom and stuff like that, sure. But honestly, that's the one thing I've learned doing the videos that I do every day. You need to educate yourself. You do. I can tell you right now, from the day I made my first video, January 1st, 2018, to right now, I've learned so much. Having actively looked up the things I look up online, the people I watch, all the people I watch, whether it's a channel on YouTube or stand-up special, or even the shows I watch, I learned so much having watched what I watch and then talking about it and sharing it with you guys. Even reading the One Piece manga chapters, whenever they come out. I learned so much just from the craft of the medium that is drawing manga. I've learned so much doing that just alone. It's something to think about, They talked about having an evolving wardrobe serving a character arc for a character in a given show, and it's everything. In a lot of ways, whether it's a TV show or real life, what a person wears on the outside can genuinely reflect how they feel on the inside. Me personally, I'm dressed in a sort of a flannel shirt. You can't tell that there's color here. I really wouldn't be a good example of what I wear on the outside reflecting how I feel on the inside. But if you look at like any given show and really pay attention to how a character acts, and you just remember what that character looks like, chances are you're also remembering what they were wearing. And sometimes that plays an impact. I think that's really interesting. Oh, right, now we get to the bomb. Okay, spoiler alert, the bomb was essentially like Sean asking Quinta Brunson like a rapid fire of like an unfiltered take on every iconic sitcom of all time. And she said they were all great. You know, The Jeffersons, King of Queens, Boy Meets World, Parks and Rec, The Office, Martin, Curb Your Enthusiasm. Yeah, like some of those. Again, Quinta Brunson just loves all of them, so she couldn't really say which one is the best. Like literally, whenever Sean asked her any of those, like she's like the best. That's literally what she did. I mean, you know what? I gotta give it to Quinta Brunson. I can't play favorites either with stuff like that. So, hats off to you, Miss Brunson. Okay, there's a piece, actually, they talked a little bit of lore regarding the studio that Abbott Elementary is shot at. Goonies was actually shot there. Yeah, the movie, it's a great, like, The Goonies, it's a great movie. I love that movie. You know, it was actually shot in the very studio where Abbott Elementary is shot at right now. And there's actually, at the bottom of the stage, there's actually a pool. And if memory serves, there needed to be a pool for filming Goonies. You know, for the pirate ship scene. That's really interesting. Then for the final question, they talk about, like, if Quinta Brunson could put 4 memes into a time capsule, what would they be? There was the lady and the cat. There was, I think she was referring to the one where Cameron Diaz is going like, and the cat's just like that meme. I think that's what she was referring to. Oh shoot, thanks. That was another. Idris Elba for the second. So Lady and the Cat. The second one is Idris Elba from when he was on Hot Ones himself, just like coughing and saying, "Oh shit." The third is Shrek's head on a woman's body saying, "I'm calling the police." And then the last one is Tokyo Tony from Black China and Mom saying, "Well, yes." That last one is especially funny, I think, because out of context, it probably doesn't mean much, but like, what is she saying, "well, yes" to? Like, what is the meaning behind just saying those 2 words? You don't know. And, yeah, it's funny. Knowing is half the battle, but sometimes not knowing is half the fun. That's awesome. So, yes, Miss Brunson, you know, congratulations on all your recent success. You know, again, first, actually, hold on. I literally just saw this. Right. Yeah, where is it? Here it is. Yeah, for, you know, all your success for Abbott Elementary. She becoming the first Black woman to be nominated 3 times in the comedy category. First Black woman to win Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy in over 40 years. The Peabody Award. Times 100 Most Influential People of 2022. I mean, Quinta Brunson, you know, do work, son. You know, she doing work. And that's awesome. I hope you like this video. If you'd like to subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I am very humble in this video for all of you guys watching Jordan. It will be a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Friday. I forgot to do Happy Friday. Wait, did I? Oh. Happy Friday if I didn't do it already. And remember that you guys want to talk to me, we're here to let you know it's right back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.